Hey there, welcome back friends. In our last video we have created a very simple application, a RESTful API, which indeed is giving us response for a specific URI pattern. Now definitely in this video we will check couple of background details which we have skipped in our last video. First of all, here is the domain, here is the base URL, which is localhost colon 8080 slash rest app. So in here is our base URL. When you will deploy your application, the base URL will change. For example, if your website is example.com, then this base URL will change to example.com. So it would be like example.com. Alright, so the base URL will vary when you will deploy your application. Alright, let me refresh this. Now moving forward, let me show you the class which we have built. So first of all, we have created this resources package inside our org.studyeasy.showroom package, and one of the resources would be brands. And to start with, we are only handling the URI pattern get brands inside this method, and the type of the request is get request. Alright, and we are simply returning a text. Alright, so let me quickly show you the URI. So first of all, the class level URI is /showroom. This is the master URI. So let me add in the URI. Then we have the URI get brands, and we get this output list of brands, which is cool. Now moving forward, let me show you how exactly the process is. What are the components which are required to configure before we start programming a RESTful API, right? First of all, in order to reduce confusion, let me get rid of this auto-generated class myResource. So let me delete this class, and let me also delete this package. We don't need it anymore. Alright, and now let me open up the SRC folder. We have this web app folder, and inside this web app folder, inside webinf folder, we have the web.xml file. Inside this file, we have couple of configuration which we have configured in our last video. First configuration is related to init param. Now this init param will specify our servlet container, that which is the package where the servlet should look for the annotations. So in here we have configured the package as org.studyeasy. As a result, all the classes inside the package org.studyeasy would be scanned, and if there are like annotations, for example, there is an annotation as path, or in here there are annotations like get, path and produces, these annotations would be registered, and based on the value inside these annotation, the servlet will forward the request. Alright, so this configuration is very important. Moving forward, in here we are making use of the base package, which is org.studyeasy. So all the packages which are inside the org.studyeasy package will be also considered. In here we can also make use of this package org.studyeasy.showroom. Again, our application will have no impact and our application will work properly. Apart from that, we also have the servlet mapping, and this mapping is based on this servlet only. So this configuration servlet mapping is for this servlet. Now inside the servlet mapping, we are specifying that which all request this servlet will handle. In our case, we are handling all the requests which this application is receiving via this servlet. Alright, so this is the basic configuration which we need to know. Now moving forward, let us quickly check our brands.java file, and now let us create a yet another method which will handle the post request, and this would be very simple. Now before adding any code inside our class brands, let us quickly check this diagram once again. Here we go. So in here we are simply handling the resource brands as of now, and we will have couple of what we say methods like get brands. Then later down the line we will create get bikes, get spares. Likewise, We also have method like set brands, right? So we have get brands, we have set brands. Alright, so this is nice, this is cool. Alright, so now let us create a method by the name of set brands, which will handle the post requests. Here we go. So in here, let me quickly copy this particular method. In fact, I will copy the entire piece of code which is inside this class, and I will paste this once again. Let me format things a little. Now, this next method would be not get brands, rather it would be set brands. The message would be add a new brand. Now the path would be not get brands, rather it would be set brand. Alright, this looks good. And finally, in here we won't make use of get annotation, rather it would be post annotation. Alright, now let me quickly add in, import the required package. Alright, so this is nice, this is cool. And now let me quickly run this application on the web server. Alright, so the application is up and running, and even though we have this index.jsp file, it will throw 404 not found error. Reason being, we are handling all the requests via the servlet. So we are handling all the requests via the servlet. As a result, if we want to load the home page, we need to and we have to handle via the servlet only. Alright, so now let me also delete the index page, we don't need it. And in here we need to check this particular URI pattern. So our get method is working properly, but if we navigate to set brand, then what would be the outcome? It will say method not allowed. What is the reason? Because when we hit this URL, the request is of get type, but this method will handle only post method. Now how to perform a post request? Here is the question. Now browsers by default are limited to the get request. Now how to perform a post request? The answer is we can either make use of extensions on the web browser, or there are other tools again. You can also use any other web browser, for example Mozilla Firefox or something like that. That's perfectly up to you. In our case, we will simply make use of Google Chrome's Postman extension. In order to download this extension, simply Google for Chrome Web Store, and the first search result would be chrome.google.com/webstore. Navigate to this particular link and search for Postman. Here we go. And in here we have like multiple extensions, and we will go with this particular extension, which is Postman REST Client. Add it to Google Chrome. This will take a couple of seconds. Here we go. And now in order to open the extension, you need to click on this particular icon, which is Postman REST Client. Let me click on this icon, and here is the interface using which we can perform different type of request. Alright, so now let me navigate to this particular URL. Let me copy this. Let me paste in here, and in here we have this drop down using which we can change the method. So we will make use of a post request. We will not add anything. We will talk about all of these values, these options this particular extension provide. But as of now, we will simply perform a post operation. Let me send, and here is the output, add a new brand. Alright, so this is nice, this is cool, and our RESTful API is still working. Alright, so this is it for today's video. In our next video, we will proceed further with our existing application. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.